Hey guys, how you doing? It's Harry here again. It's Sunday, so it's car boot day. I went for some slightly different stuff at the car boot sale today. I wasn't finding much of my normal bits and pieces, so I've gone for some slightly different stuff. Nothing majorly different, just some slightly different stuff. Some interesting stuff actually as well. But yeah, I'll jump in and show you what I got today. We'll start off with some watches. I actually found a couple this time. Nothing super exciting, but still some quite nice ones. So we've got these two here. I paid £5 for these, so £2.50 each. First up, we got this ladies Seiko automatic watch here. It's a bit temperamental and the winder's falling out, unfortunately, as you can see there. So yeah, this one will have to go on for spares and repairs, but I should get about tenner. That's roughly what I get for the ladies' Seikos when they're a bit vintagey and they're not really working properly. I'll have a little look at it, but I imagine I won't be able to do much with it. So yeah, that should make a little bit of profit on that one. Then we've got this ladies' Storm watch here. In okay condition, a few scuffs, but not too bad. If I can get a battery in this and get this working, this will be £5 to £10 sort of watch. And if I can clean it up a bit, probably closer to the £10 mark. But yeah, ladies, well, Storm watches in general, they either sell really well or they just stick around and take forever to sell. But £2.50 for this one, it's not too bad. And I think I've got a couple others still kicking around, so I could always do a Storm ladies watch bundle or something like that. But yeah, we've got those two there. Then we've got this Eric Shiverland, Eric Shiverland, is it? Watch here. I paid £2 for this watch. It's in non-working order. Hopefully it just needs a new battery. I've seen this watch online anywhere from £5 to £60 in asking price. So it'd be interesting to see what this actually does sell for. I'm hoping between 10 and 20 if I can get it working. But yeah, I only paid £2 for this one, so it'll just be interesting to see. I haven't heard the brand. The watch has a decent bit of weight to it, so that's always a good sign. But yeah, be interesting to see what this one sells for. And it's in fairly good cosmetic condition, which is always nice. So yeah, those are the watches of today's car boot sale. Some okay ones, nothing too exciting though. Next up, whilst we're still talking watches, I picked up, ta-da, a mystery jar of jewellery, costume jewellery, bits and pieces. But there are a couple of watches in here. I doubt there'll be anything super fancy. But yeah, for the big price of £1.50, I picked this up. I like picking these up. I like going through it. Most of the time, it's already been gone through and it's just junk jewellery. But for £1.50, I'll make a little bit of money on this, even if it is all junk jewellery. I might be lucky. There might be like one gold earring in there or a couple of silver pieces. But yeah, I'm going to save this for another video and I'll go through it. I do buy these every now and then. I like doing a little video on them, what's in there. I mean, the videos drag on a bit because I want to look up every little piece in there. But yeah, for £1.50, I'm not going to lose money on this. I'm going to have fun going through it and I can make a little video on it. So yeah, worth picking up for £1.50. So we've got that there. That was a pretty good buy. Next up, something kind of along the same lines, a bit of mystery. Got this bag here and labelled on it was detectoring fines, £4. Now, I imagine there's nothing super rare in here, but you never know. There could be an ancient coin or something like that worth a little bit. For £4, it just piques my curiosity to go through something like this. I love a good little mystery bag and stuff like that. So yeah, and I can do another little video on this. We'll go through it and you can see what's actually in here. From what I've seen when I looked through it at the car boot sale, there's a lot of buttons and old coins and bits and pieces like that. But yeah, it should be fun to go through and see what's in here. And I mean, worst case, I can sell this on again at a car boot sale, even keep the sticker and sell it again for £4 because it will sell for that money. There might be something super rare in there. There might be just junk bits of metal, but it's just fun to go through something like this. And for £4, you're basically paying for the mystery anyway. So yeah. Got another little mystery bag there. I do like a mystery. Next up, we'll go to this next. So I've got an iPhone 6 here. I paid £7 for this. The person I got it off was adamant that it's in good working order. They said they factory reset it, but they haven't charged it up. And I believe it does just need charging up. I did put it on for 5 minutes earlier, but I don't think it was enough. Yeah, as you can see, connect charger. So hopefully it's in good working order. £7 paid. If it is in working order, it's only about £20–25 sort of phone nowadays. But I only paid £7, so it's not the end of the world. So a little bit of profit to be made on this, hopefully. I mean, worst case, it's in non-working order. I'll sell it as a broken phone and probably get about £7 back on it. So I'm not going to lose money on that. So yeah, thought that was worth picking up. I sometimes do really well with knackered old phones and phones from the car boot sale. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But yeah. Anyway, got that there. Next up, got these Pokemon cards here. These are like the vintage ones before the proper Pokemon cards came out. These came out. They're by Tops, I believe. Kind of cool looking. Not in the best condition, but not in the worst condition. I mean, this one here's got a big line down it there where it's been bent, but the other two seem to be okay. Now, I paid £4 for these. I'm no Pokemon expert. I took it. I got these at one car boot. I went to another car boot, and there's a bloke there who like specializes in Pokemon cards and old get toys and stuff like that. So I showed him, and he said, "Oh yeah, they're quite cool." He said, "You're not going to lose money on them, but you'll probably only make a couple of quid or something like that on them." But yeah, so it might be one of those. These might be worth holding on to for the future. I don't know. For £4, I'm not too worried. But yeah, just something a little bit interesting and something that I don't really see all the time at the car boot sale. See a lot of Pokemon cards, but never like the Tops. So that's kind of cool. So we've got those there. Next up, we got this knife sheath. Is it a sheath you call it? You put your knife in? I think it is. Now, I only paid £1 for this. I thought it looked quite well made, quite cool looking. Now, I don't know, well, I used to buy like hunting knives and air rifles and stuff like that and sold it on, but I completely stopped doing that because the people you don't know who you're selling it to half the time at the car boot sales and stuff like that, because that's how I used to sell it at another car boot sale. And I just didn't like the vibe and I didn't like it, so I just stopped buying anything weapon related, truth be told. But something like this, I'm happy to pick up because, I mean, it can go to a cosplayer, it can go to someone who does fishing or something like that. So it's not too worrisome to sell, really, something like this, I'd say. On the buttons, I believe it says something like the state of California 1907. So I imagine it's just a reproduction piece or something like that. But I only paid £1 for this, and I hope to get between 5 and 10. I'll chuck it on eBay and just see what happens with it. I think it's quite cool looking. I mean, worst case, it could go to a cosplayer or something like that, like I said before. But yeah, for £1, I'm not going to lose money on it. And worst case, I'll probably, get £3 or £4 worst case on eBay and get rid of it. But hopefully I'll get a little bit more and make a little bit of profit. So we've got that there. Then last item of the day, something a little bit different. Now, at the car boot sales, I see model aeroplanes all the time. The really big ones. Well, I say really big, about a metre or so in length. And I see them all the time. House clearance people have them all the time. And I never really pick them up because I don't know anything about them. They're massive to store as well if they never sell and stuff like that. But one of the house clearance people, they had a few planes, but then they had a box and it was just filled with these propellers here. And I thought that's quite interesting. So I picked up all the propellers. Some were in this tub. I just filled up the tub. And I said, how much for the propellers? And they said £2 a lot. So I thought that was quite cool. I don't know really anything about these. I had a quick look online. You can buy them from like 50p up to £25. I doubt there's anything super rare in here. I could be wrong. But yeah, for £2, I'm just going to chuck the whole lot on eBay. Start it at like £5 or £10 starting bid and just see what happens with it. I mean, a lot of them say tornado on and all different other bits and pieces. So yeah, just an interesting bunch. Like I said, never bought anything like this before. Don't know how well it's going to sell or how quickly. I imagine summertime's probably the best time to sell something like this because this is when like best weather for flying planes. I don't know. But yeah, for £2, I thought it'd be interesting and it should sell for a profit, I imagine. I'm not sure how good or bad the profit will be, but for £2, it was definitely worth the risk. And I mean, worst case, somebody who does a bit of arts and crafts might want them. They could put a whole wall in their garden, sort of thing, just put a nail through the propeller and spin them. But yeah, for £2, I thought that was quite an interesting, something a little bit different kind of buy. And if they sell well, I'll know to look out for them again in the future. But yeah, those are today's car boot sale buys. Something stuck in my throat there. That's better. So a couple of watches, some other interesting bits and pieces, some slightly different stuff here, and some mystery, which is nice. All nice small items this week, which is good. It saves me storing big items and stuff like that. I like buying smalls because they're easy to ship, they're easy to go through, they're easy to store, everything like that I just like about it. So yeah, those are today's car boot sale buys. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, leave a like. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're interested in seeing what's going to be in our mystery jewellery or in our mystery metal detectorists little bag here, subscribe. I'll be doing videos on them fairly soonish, probably in a day or so. So yeah, and if you're interested to see what any of this does sell for, I normally put a shorts video up, say I bought this for this much and it sold for this much. I don't do it on every item I buy, but I do it on the odd few, just because sometimes it's only like £1 or £2 profit and it's something not very that interesting. But yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in a future video. Bye bye for now.